So today we are going to discuss regarding how to prepare for your mains examination, especially those who are going to write mains this year in 2018 as well as in 2019 mains. Now I know that many of you have written your prelims and are very much tensed after seeing your question paper, and I can say you that this year's question paper was one of the toughest in the last 8 years after these changes, the syllabus changes introduced by the UPSC. 2018 was one of the toughest question paper. So don't worry, since the paper was quite tough, the cutoff will also have to come down. And anyway, you have done your sincere work for your prelims, and obviously many of you will be writing mains, and many of you will be writing, if not this year, next year mains. We should have an idea about how to approach or how to prepare for your mains examination. Okay, and those students who feel that okay, they have written the prelims in a much better manner, for example, those who are getting a score of 100. So I believe that the cutoff will be somewhere around 95 to 100. In this range will be. Last year it was 105. Since the paper was a bit difficult, maybe in the 100 range you can expect. Okay, so anyone who have scored 100 and above, or even 95 and above, you can expect that you will be writing mains this year. And those students who was not able to do well for this year prelims, don't worry. This is your beginning only. Identify your mistakes and make sure that next year you cover almost all the area, and make sure that when you write next year prelims, before your prelims itself you have covered your mains syllabus. Okay, so regarding your mains examination, so I am believing that, so this video is mainly for those students who are going to write mains this year, but it will be helpful for those students who will be writing mains next year also. Okay, so today is June 3rd, and first thing you need to understand is that okay, your mains is UPSC now just preponed your date of your mains examination. Earlier it was 1st October, now it is 28th September. So you have, now this is your goal. Okay, now June 3rd is over, prelims is over. Now what is your next target? Is 28th September, on which your mains examination will start. Now if you count days, remove today, if you start counting from June 4th, you have 116 days with you. You have 116 days, and if you ask me sincerely, these 116 days is not sufficient truly for your mains preparation, those who have not started the mains preparation. So since time is very less for your mains preparation, make sure you don't waste your time on thinking about your prelims exam and all those things about your, so don't waste now, prelims is over now, think about mains. Okay, now even though many of you know about the examination structure of your mains, I am just discussing about the examination mains structure, means how many papers are there. It's not to introduce you regarding the structure of the paper, rather how much your last year toppers have scored and how much you should score to realize your goal of becoming an IAS or IPS or an IFS officer. So now you know that you have 116 days left for you for your mains. What all things you need to do in these coming days, and how these 100 and odd days will help you to achieve your goal. So just have an idea. There are 9 papers for your mains examination, 2 papers are qualifying, means their marks will not be counted or calculated for your cutoff. So an English paper will be there. It's a qualifying paper, you need to score only 33% in it, and a regional paper like Hindi or your regional language, Malayalam, Kannada or Telugu, like whatever it is, Tamil, etc. Now these 7 papers are very important for you. Okay, and you know that each paper carry 250 marks. So your main score will be out of 1750. Your main score will be out of 1750. And you might have seen that in bracket I have put some score. Okay. So this score, just if you see that 974 score which I have taken, 974 was the highest, means mains topper. All India rank, fifth rank holder got the highest marks in mains. Okay, so I've taken his marks just for you to know how a topper have scored in each paper, and what is the percentage score he has scored in each paper, and how much you should score. Okay, so that is very important for you. So before you start your preparation, you should have a goal. Okay, how much I can score in each paper, and what all strategy you need to do it in order to achieve that goal, which will help you to clear your examination, this examination. Okay, now just have an idea. There is an essay paper for your mains examination. Okay, now there are students, see, 146 is not the highest score. There are many students who have scored 150, 155, like that. Okay, there are people who have scored well, even to 160 also in your essay paper. Okay, so essay is highly scoring. But since I have taken only one student score, the topper score, okay, so 146 is also a good score, but there are people who have scored 150, 155, even near to 160 also. Okay, there's a chance is there to score well in essay. Okay, so essay paper is very crucial for you. You can score well in essay, so keep that in mind. Essay play a key role in scoring well in your mains examination. Then General Studies 1, 2, 3, 4, if you see the marks, now if you see the General Studies 1, 2, 3, 4 marks, now there is a trend that you can score very well in General Studies 3. Again, in GS 1, there are people who have scored better than 112, there are 117, 120, like that score is there. Okay, and if you see the marks of General Studies 1, 2, 3 and 4, the last 2 years, General Studies 3 is scoring, means you can score very high in General Studies 3. So, reason may vary. General Studies 3, economy is there, then security, science and technology part is there, and environment part and disaster management is there. Okay, so GS3 is highly scoring. But if you see generally that last year ethics paper was a bit low scoring. Okay, but again you have an option to score. If you put your time, you can score. You can increase the score in ethics paper, but just have an idea how people the topper have scored in GS1. So for example, in GS1 he has scored 112, in GS2 he scored 130. Okay, so earlier in the initial time GS2 was quite difficult to score, but now people started scoring well in GS2. In GS3, I told you it's now highly scoring. GS4 115 is it's good score comparatively to the last year total marks, but you can improve upon it. So if you see the percentage, okay, it is somewhere around 15% in your general studies paper. In GS3 you can score well. 50% in your general studies paper is a good score, and I feel that 60% in your essay marks it should be a very good score. And see the key factor here. Key factor is your optional paper. Very, very important. Okay, how well you can score in your optional. Okay, optional play a critical role, a crucial role in getting interview queue call as well as getting a good rank in your civil service examination. And here also, I have seen people scoring 190 in paper 2, 190, 180, 170. Again, okay, he scored 66% and 64% in paper 1 and paper 2 in his optional paper. And my suggestion is that if you are not scoring 60%, if you are scoring, you should at least score 290 to 300. Okay, that should be a score in your optional. He has scored around 327, something like that. Okay, so anything less than 290 in your optional will be means it's like that your rank or your score or your call itself will be get affected. So optional paper, if you see the percentage of all the papers, you can really feel that optional paper play a critical role in getting an interview call as well as getting a good marks in your final examination. Okay, since the mains mark, okay, prelims marks will not be counted for your final rank list. Mains mark plus interview, and interview it's only 275. Okay, so the mains itself, if you see this person, After writing mains itself, he have assured that he will get a good rank. Even though he scored his score in interview is not that good. But mainly because of his main score, he got IAS. Okay, so here he scored well in all the paper, but critical factor also is optional scoring, that he scored in more than 320 in his optional. So your optional, whatever it is highly scoreable. Okay, there are certain factors to score well in any optional that you need to have it. Okay, that I'm going to discuss now. Not only for your optional, but also for your. So what I'm trying to say for your GS paper is applicable for your optional also. Implement it for your optional also. So if you look into your mains score of this topper, he scored only 55% in mains, and he became the topper for mains examination. So 55% is the topper score for in the mains examination. Okay, so make sure that you need your aim for the next 116 days to be a topper, next year topper, who score 950 above. Who score 950, your target has to be 950 out of 1750. I know that it's difficult, but achievable, provided you utilize these 116 days in an effective manner. Now, what all things you need to do? Just have an idea, okay? What all things you need to do from tomorrow onwards, okay? First thing, I told you what I am trying to say for general studies is applicable for your optional also. First thing, what you need to do is that take your syllabus, okay? Whether it's optional syllabus as well as your GS syllabus. Download your syllabus. Go through it, okay? See, because of prelims, you might not have given so much of importance to the main syllabus. Please look into the general studies 1, 2, 3, 4 syllabus as well as your optional syllabus. Have an idea thoroughly about the syllabus. How much aware you are about the syllabus. So that's the first part you have to do. Second thing what you have to do is that you know that the mains examination pattern was changed in 2013. So you have 5-year question paper in front of you. You have it, okay? So you go through all the 5 years, 2013, 14, 15, 16, 17, previous year question. And when you go through it, it's better you go through the questions in a subjective wise manner, okay? What all questions been asked from history, from culture in the last 5 years, from geography, from society, from social justice, polity, IR, governance, economy, security, science and technology, ethics. Go through it thoroughly, the last 5-year mains question paper. So syllabus and question paper will help you to identify the pattern of questions, how relative each area is, which subject, where you stand in each subject, what all things you know. So you can plan yourself, okay, where you stand in each subject, in each area. So this is a must before you start your serious preparation. So make sure that you do it for your optional also. Get your syllabus, in optional try to get at least 10-year question paper. See through each topic and the question been asked in the last 10 years, at least 10. If you can increase it, that is better. And then you start your plan for the next 116 days. Now, the key factor for success, for any topper, mains topper, you definitely would have done this. First thing is, no, mains, unlike prelims, is more about how good you write an answer. It's all about your answer writing skill. Especially students from science background. Many engineering students are writing this exam. Engineering and other students are writing the exam. Okay, you need to build your answer writing. Okay, answer writing skill. How well you write an answer on the limited time you are being allotted makes the key factor in scoring well. So answer writing practice is very important. Okay, that is the most vital thing along with your knowledge. Okay, so you know so my suggestion is what you can do in the initial stage. Okay, if possible, do a break today or tomorrow, and so you will have 115 days. From day after tomorrow onwards, start writing daily. So you need to have daily answer writing practice. So here, when you start daily answer writing practice, what you need to do is that take different subjects, and I will suggest you write previous year questions. out of these last 5-year questions, you can start writing the previous year questions and get it evaluated by your teacher or your friend who are going to write mains or who are prepared with you. So anyway, write first, that's very important, and try to get it evaluated. Mainly, if you have a group of friends who are preparing for civil service examination, I suggest that's the best way. You can exchange your paper. You will know that how he has written his answers, and you can give your guidance, and you can also get feedback from your friend who are also seriously preparing for this exam. That's a very serious student that you need to do it. You have 2 or 3 good friends, if preferably having same optional. So you can do same thing for your optional also. Okay, so daily answer writing, that too from the previous year question, will help you to enrich your answer writing skill. Okay, so second thing regarding your answer writing practices or answer writing to improve your answer writing skill is that you need to join. It's a must, it's a compulsory thing. You should attend a mains test series. So before joining a mains test series, you should have done this. You should have seen through the previous year questions. You should have seen with this main syllabus. You should have started writing certain you should have written certain individual answers from different subjects. And mains test series will help you to get a UPSC environment, 3 hour, a full test will help you whether how much answers you can complete in 3 hours. You can know your writing speed, you can know your writing quality, because since limited time is there, you may not write a good answer. So that all things can be improved with the time if you join. So you should join any good test series. So that's another requirement. So daily answer writing and joining a test series is a must to score well in your mains examination. I already discussed you regarding the optional paper strength. You should score at least 50 to 60% in your optional. Again, optional, same thing you have to do. Optional paper also, you should join a test series. It's a must. No other way, because many students are doing it. All the toppers have done it. Okay, so you should join a test series. You should see the syllabus of your optional. You should see the previous year question. You should write individual answers daily on from your optional, both from paper 1 and paper 2. Continue it. So that can make a big difference. If you are not scoring 60% in your optional, it's very difficult for you to get good rank. Then understand, so 60% you should score. That should be your goal. Okay, 60% also you should score in essay writing. Essay writing is again an art. I'll say that, okay, you can do well in essay. The content you will get from your general studies, GS 1, 2, 3, 4 paper, you will get the content. Okay, but writing, answer writing for essay, you need to know how to write a good essay, and you need to know how to score more than 150 in your essay paper. So at essay writing, again, weekly or at least weekly, in the initial stage, you should write 1 essay, but try to understand that you should write 2 essay. 125 marks, 2 essay is there. So, but initial period, weekly, you write an essay, again get it evaluated, find your weaknesses, make sure that the person who evaluate your essay paper have knowledge to give you a proper feedback. That's a must. So test series will help you for the rest second period. For the initial period, make sure that your friend who are preparing can evaluate your paper. Also, you also can evaluate his paper. In that way, you can also learn. So essay writing, then ethics paper. Okay, so this is a paper where a neglected paper by the aspirant. You have not studied anything of essay paper or ethics paper or GS4 paper in your prelims. It has 2-part case studies as well as section A paper. It has its own rules. Already we have released a video on how to prepare for ethics paper. We will link that video. Just go through it. Our ethics teachers have covered in detail what strategy you need to do in relation to preparing ethics. Okay, ethics is very important, especially the case studies can play a crucial role. And the biggest thing regarding the ethics paper is that the time to complete the ethics paper. Again, joining test series, individual answer writing, write your previous year case studies, get it evaluated, write previous year ethics answer. So in ethics paper, this is very important. Okay, if we can answer the previous year case studies, get it evaluated as well as the section A questions, you can score well in your coming ethics paper, GS4 paper. Now, in the beginning, that is in the initial, before your result, give importance to those subjects which you have not studied for your prelims. For example, ethics, one thing I told you, security, very important paper, 5 questions you will get it. For your GS3, you have not studied seriously about security paper, give importance for that. Social justice, GS2 paper, then Indian society, GS1 paper, so world history, like that, governance. So there are disaster management, there are certain areas which you have never touched upon during your prelims period, at least in the last 3 or 4 months. So make sure that in general studies paper, you give importance to those subjects which you have not studied, so try to cover it before your prelims itself. Next is time management, okay. I told you, you have only 116 days left. So how well you manage your day, each day matters. How well you manage each day matters. Give a proper time management, okay. Allot daily a certain percentage of your time for your optional. So the initial period, if you give 50% time for your optional, there is nothing wrong in it. You can change it depending upon how well you are prepared, okay. I told you scoring 60% in optional is very important. So at least till the prelims result comes, you need to give a good weightage for your optional, because in the last 2-3 months you have not studied optional, and the rest of the time you can give for GS. So it should be a balanced management of your time, both for your optional as well as for your GS paper, especially those subjects which you have not studied for your prelims, which we have discussed. Okay, so these things you should do it at the earliest. Forget about what has happened with your prelims, okay. Whatever it is, okay, keep this in mind. If you have to become an IAS or IPS officer or whatever service you want, one day you have to write mains. So it's better you start your mains preparation at the earliest. The earliest you prepare for your mains, the more easy will be for you to qualify this exam at the first attempt itself. And ask any toppers, or ask any of your friends who have written mains or who have qualified, what mistake they have done. Majority of the students will tell one common mistake they have done. What? That they have not seriously prepared after prelims. Their preparation started seriously only after the prelims result. Don't do the same mistake. Okay, what you need to do is that don't wait for the result, the prelims result to come for your mains preparation. And this makes the difference, okay. In another 50 days or another 50-55 days, result will come. But this initial 50-55 days before your result, how well you prepared will make the difference. After the result, every student who are going to write mains will seriously prepare. Before that period, how well you prepare makes a big difference in your mains score. So make sure that you don't waste your time. I know that this year's prelims paper was very tough. Accept it, okay. So if the paper is tough, obviously cutoff will be low. It was tricky, it was difficult. But now it's over. Forget about it. Think about your mains now. Your coming mains, or if not scored well, think about your 2019 mains and prepare for it. So all the best. Work hard. Don't be down. Exam. This pattern is like this. The examination require you certain qualities in you. Sometimes it will not help you. There are many students in their first attempt they are not cleared prelims, but in the second attempt itself they have cleared prelims, mains, and interview and got. There are many students are there, many examples are there. So if your first attempt, your prelims is not gone well, nothing to worry. Make sure in second attempt you clear all the stages. But there lies the significance of your mains examination. So now it's a time for mains, and you work well as per the strategy being given. And regarding the syllabus and the previous year questions, you can download from the video description given link below. Also, we will share it in our Telegram group. You can access from it. Thank you.